Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. It's Monday night. You know what that means? Time for some Raw. We are 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, where for the first time in over probably 2 or 3 decades, the WWE World title will be on the line in the Royal Rumble match itself. So, how does this shape up to the story? Got my notes. Let's get started. First up, Vince and Steph come out with all the participants in the Royal Rumble match in and of itself on the entrance ramp. Vince comes out strutting like nobody else's business. Then Roman Reigns comes out, and Vince informs him that tonight Roman will be in a first ever match called the One versus All match, where he'll be facing off against at the very most half of the total participants of the Royal Rumble match. 15 guys. And I have to do battle against all of them tonight. If he's expecting some help from Dean Ambrose, I don't think so, because Vince announces that Dean has a match. The first match of the night, after he gets jumped by Sheamus. Yep, so we segue into our first match. Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus. This was a brawl. Nothing said. It was just two guys beating the shit out of each other. You expect nothing less out of Sheamus and Dean Ambrose. Unfortunately, the ending is a foobar because they don't want Sheamus looking weaker against a mid-carder or the mid-card champion, and they can't have Dean losing every week like the Intercontinental Champion used to. So they brawl. Dean's shirt gets ripped, meaning that he transforms from Dean Ambrose to Jon Moxley. And he beats the crap out of Sheamus, even busting him open the hard way. So it looks like he's going to put him through the table. Then Kevin Steen comes out. I'm calling him Kevin Steen because until he gets that title back, he is going to be Kevin Steen. And there's the thing that they're going to change that. Comes out and beats the crap out of him. Normally, a beating like that would have taken a normal man out for at least the rest of the night. Dean Ambrose is up in 10 minutes because Dean Ambrose is a fucking mutant. And he proves it. Next match, Stardust versus Titus O'Neil. Stardust comes out looking like Iggy Stardust, a.k.a. David Bowie, who sadly passed away today, or over the weekend, as far as I remember. I'm not sure when it happened, but my condolences to the Bowie family, and David Bowie, you will be missed, you magnificent bastard. But anyway, Stardust. This was a pretty decent competitive match. Stardust and Titus are kind of gelling together in the ring, but it shows this way. Titus picks up the win, but Stardust hits him from behind in a sneak attack after the fact. Next up, we have the return of one of the most must-see interview shows in the history of professional wrestling. Chris Jericho's highlight reel, and yes, he has brought back the obscenely expensive Jeritron 6500, and his guest will be the New Day. He confronted the New Day last week and even started a nice little hashtag called Rudy Tooty Booty. Yeah, that's okay. New Day comes out, looking awesome as ever. Then the Usos come out, who are the tag team. Now the reason I and many people have a problem with the Usos being Slammy winners for tag team of the year is because if I remember correctly, last year one of the Usos, I can't remember which, spent most of 2015 sidelined because he got injured at WrestleMania, and they didn't even wrestle that much, and they weren't even tag champs. As far as I remember, were they? Can't remember. But oh well. Anyway. This segues into the next match. New Day, specifically Biggie and Kofi Kingston versus the Usos. Non-title match with Xavier Woods in the corner of New Day and Chris Jericho in the corner of the Usos. Very good, very competitive tag team match. This is why I love the tag teams in the WWE. The division is hotter than it's ever been. Sadly, the music died tonight again as Chris Jericho, you fiend, you break Francesca, Xavier Woods' trombone. For that, you will never be on Up, Up, Down, Down, ever. And you will not get a cool nickname. So there's that. Anyway, Usos pick up the win. Next up, Hall of Fame, and of course, I have to do a little explaining for those of you who are unaware from the WWE standpoint. WrestleMania, I'm sorry, I'm flubbing. Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble signifies the beginning of WrestleMania season, which extends from the start of the Royal Rumble all the way to WrestleMania. And one of the traditions of WrestleMania that has been recent over the years is the night before WrestleMania, we have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, where the WWE pays homage and inducts certain individuals from professional wrestling, both past and present, who have had a major influence on the company and professional wrestling as a whole. This year's first inductee, no surprise, but well-deserved, Mr. Stephen Borden, a.k.a. the man they call Sting. What can you say? He was the franchise of WCW, led them during their prosperous period, during the prosperous period during the golden age of professional wrestling. Underwent a marked change to his Crow persona that he is known for now during his war with NWO. Although they didn't mention it, he did have some time. He spent some time in TNA as their World Heavyweight Champion and one of the founding members of one of their greatest heel factions, the Main Event Mafia. I love the Mafia. So anyway, Sting, you deserve it. Next up, the Wyatt family, the entirety of the Wyatt family, versus the Social Outcasts, or as I like to call them, the Jabberwockies, and I want to make that a thing, consisting of Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, and Heath Slater. So yeah, this was going to be a 4-on-4 tag match. Now, as someone on the forum said, either the Social Outcasts are idiots or they have balls of gold and steel. Anyway, the match is cut short by Ryback. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Ryback. I just found him incredibly dull at the moment. There is nothing remotely interesting about him. His matches aren't even all that good. It's just, it kind of sucks the excitement out of a room when he's there. He's like a less interesting Brock Lesnar. Speaking of, Brock Lesnar is here tonight. Sorry. Just had to check to make sure my window was closed and locked and boarded up and reinforced with titanium. I don't want him coming after me. But anyway, apparently Heyman has been politicking backstage to have Brock defend his have Brock face the winner of the Royal Rumble, who would be the new World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. Vince ain't having it, and neither is Steph. So they say if he wants a shot at the title, he's got to enter the 30-man Battle Royal at the Royal Rumble. You know Brock's not going to be happy about this. Anyway, next matchup. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. United States title match. Last week, in one of his last acts before heading off for surgery for a torn rotator cuff, John Cena suggested that Alberto Del Rio face off against Kalisto. And since Sin Cara is injured again, he needs something to do. So this was a great match. Very good match. Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio have always had great matches together. This is no substitute. What comes at the end, we have a new United States champion, Kalisto. I hope this is the sign of good things to come. Next up, we have Brie Bella. Wow, Bella. We haven't seen one of those in a while. Versus Charlotte. And I've said it before and I say it again, Charlotte can get over without her father. She has gotten over without her father in NXT. Unfortunately, the bookers don't know this and pretty much ignore the fact that she got over with her father, so they're just going to ignore it and put her with Ric Flair, who's going to steal all the spotlight and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, match doesn't even get started as Becky Lynch comes out and starts kicking the crap out of Charlotte. Rick says that his daughter's not ready is not in no condition to be wrestling tonight, and escorts her out after getting crunk and throwing off his sport coat. Becky then cuts a very good promo about how she's glad that she doesn't have anyone around her because she can't really trust anyone because everyone in the Divas division are either bitches or totally crazy. I'm going to quote the Spoony one again. Bitches be crazy, and I don't know what's going on anymore. But I like the feud. Here's that. Finally, main event time. Roman Reigns versus everyone. One versus all match. As Steph mentioned in the start of the match will continue until Roman cannot physically go anymore. So basically just going to beat the shit out of him. And the first person to get some piece is Kevin Steen. Now, I'm glad for this because this allows Vince to really see what Kevin Steen can do. And the two of them actually work very well together. They're both very quick, very agile, big, tough brawler, boozer guys. And they just had a very nice little slug match. And we saw some very nice spots from Kevin Owens. He really deserves a world title run at this point. Even though I think this month would mark his 1-year anniversary since he first joined the WWE as a part of NXT. But he has really done a lot in just 1 year's time. Imagine what he'll do this year. So anyway, it's a very good match until the shenanigans start happening, and Vince just pretty much tells everyone to sick Roman Reigns. Then, hold on, I'll be right back. Just in case. I know this is not going to stop him, but Brock Lesnar comes out. Yeah. Brock Lesnar. Okay. Brock Lesnar comes out. New Day, thinking that he was a friend, think they're going to help him beat down on Roman Reigns. They are fools. Entertaining fools, but fools in this case because Brock proceeds to beat the crap out of everyone. Alberto Rio, he has never faced the fury of Brock Lesnar. He dies. Sheamus has never felt the fury of Brock Lesnar. He dies. Kevin Steen gave it an admirable try, but he felt the fury of Brock Lesnar and he dies. New Orleans has become Suplex City, Louisiana. Thought I heard something. But anyway, he finds Roman Reigns passed out in the middle of the ring and decides to give him an F5 to remind him, Suplex City, bitch. And thus, Brock and then pretty much announces his entrance into the Royal Rumble for the world title. So yeah, we get to see Brock Lesnar murder 29 other guys for only $9.99. You can't beat that for a bargain. Sorry. But anyway, that's Raw. My thoughts? It's a pretty good Raw. Another one to start off the new year. Had some pretty good matches, pretty great action, selling the storyline. They are booking Roman Reigns better than he has ever been booked for the last year. Just have him say very little and do a lot, and that'll get him over with the fans. No more of his suffering succotash, prune balls, cotton balls, tater tots, or whatever other shit they have. And of course, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. I'm going to sleep with Mr. Parker tonight. Yeah. So anyway, that was a good Raw. So if you like what you see, link, comment, subscribe. Link, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about wrestling or something? Leave it below. I'll get back to you. Patreon is in the description if you want to support, because I really need the money to defend myself against a potential Brock Lesnar attack. Tip jar is in the corner. You know what to do. And this shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat with the wooden sword, saying goodnight, and please don't kill me, Brock.